Hello? श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। गणानां त्वा गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम् महागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेर्वाजिनीवती दीनामभित्रयवतु वाग्देव्यै नमः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ जातवेदसे सुनवामसो ममराति यतो निदहाति वेदः स नः पर्षदति दुर्गाणि विश्वा नावेव सिन्धुं दुरितात्यग्निः ताम् अग्निवर्णां तपसा ज्वलन्तीं वैरोचनीं कर्मफलेषु जुष्टाम् दुर्गां देवीं शरणमहं प्रपद्ये सुतरसि तरसे नमः। अग्ने त्वं पारयानव्यो अस्मान् स्वस्तिभिरति दुर्गाणि विश्वा पूष्य पृथ्वी बहुलान उर्वी भवातोकायतनयाय शय्योः विश्वानिनो दुर्गः जातवेदस्सिन्धुन्ननाव दुरितातिपर्षि अग्ने अत्रिवन्मनसा गृणानो अस्माकं गोद्यविततनूनाम् पृतनाजितगुं सहमानमुग्रमग्निगुं भुवेम परमः सदस्तात् स नः पर्षदति दुर्गाणि विश्वा सामद्देवो अतिदुरितात्यग्निः प्रत्नोषि समीड्यो अध्वरेषु सनाच होता नव्यस्य सत्सि स्वांशाग्ने तनुवन्ति प्रयस्वास्मभ्यं च सौतकमायजस्व गोभिर्जुष्टमयुजो निषिक्तन्तवेन्द्र विष्णोरनुसञ्चरेम नाकस्य पृष्ठमभि संवसानो वैष्णवी लोकैकमादयन्ताम् ॐ कात्यायनाय विद्महे कन्याकुमारी धीमहि तन्नो दुर्गिः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। I will sing a Namavali and please repeat after me. ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति
ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति
पूजामूलं गुरुर्पादं
पूजामूलं गुरुर्पादं
मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुर्कृपा मोक्षमूलं गुरुर्कृपा ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति ध्यानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुर्पादं पूजामूलं गुरुर्पादं मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुर्कृपा मोक्षमूलं गुरुर्कृपा ज्ञानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति ज्ञानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति पूजामूलं गुरुर्पादं पूजामूलं गुरुर्पादं मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मन्त्रमूलं गुरुर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरुर्कृपा
मोक्षमूलं गुरुर्कृपा
मूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति
ज्ञानमूलं गुरुर्मूर्ति
महेश्वरी पार्वती शंकरी
महेश्वरी
पार्वती शंकरी शरणं शरणं शरणं
शरणं शरणं शरणं
काली महेश्वरी पार्वती शंकरी काली महेश्वरी पार्वती शंकरी शरणं शरणं शरणं
शरणं शरणं शरणं
दुर्गति नाशिनी दुर्गा जय जय दुर्गति नाशिनी दुर्गा जय जय काल विनाशिनी काली जय जय काल विनाशिनी काली जय जय दुर्गति नाशिनी दुर्गा जय जय दुर्गति नाशिनी दुर्गा जय जय काल विनाशिनी काली जय जय काल विनाशिनी काली जय जय उमा रमा ब्रह्माणी जय जय
उमा रमा
ब्रह्माणी जय जय राधा सीता रुक्मिणी जय जय
राधा
सीता रुक्मिणी जय जय शरणं शरणं शरणं
शरणं शरणं शरणं
काली महेश्वरी पार्वती शंकरी महेश्वरी पार्वती शंकरी शरणं शरणं शरणं
शरणं
शरणं शरणं दुर्गति नाशिनी दुर्गा जय जय दुर्गति नाशिनी दुर्गा जय जय काल विनाशिनी काली जय जय
काल विनाशिनी
काली जय जय उमा रमा ब्रह्माणी जय जय
उमा रमा
माई जय जय राधा सीता रुक्मिणी जय जय राधा सीता रुक्मिणी जय जय शरणं शरणं शरणं
शरणं
शरणं शरणं काली महेश्वरी पार्वती शंकरी महेश्वरी पार्वती शंकरी शरणं 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 हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण करुणामय पालय मां करुणामय पालय मां हे दीनबन्धु श्री शारदेश दीनबन्धु श्री शारदेश मम प्राण प्रिय पाहि मां मम प्राण प्रिय पाहि मां हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण
हे प्रेम
रूप श्री राम कृष्ण करुणामय पालय मां करुणामय पालय मां हे दीनबन्धु श्री शारदेश मम प्राण प्रिय पाहि मां
मम प्राण प्रिय पाहि मां
हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण
हे प्रेम रूप श्री राम कृष्ण
करुणामय पालय मां
करुणामय पालय मां
हे दीनबन्धु श्री शारदेश श्री शारदेश मम प्राण प्रिय पाहि मां
मम प्राण प्रिय पाहि मां
मम प्राण प्रिय पाहि मां मम प्राण प्रिय पाहि मां अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजय मां अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती
अनंत नामी
गिरिजय मां शिवरन्मोहिनी विश्वविलासिनी शिवरन्मोहिनी विश्वविलासिनी राम कृष्ण जयदायिनी मां राम कृष्ण जयदायिनी मां अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजय मां अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती
अनंत नामी
गिरिजय मां जगत जननी त्रिलोकपालिनी जगत जननी त्रिलोकपालिनी विश्वशुभासिनी सुभगे मां विश्वशुभाशिनी सुभगे मां दुर्गति नाशिनी सन्मतिदायिनी दुर्गति नाशिनी सन्मतिदायिनी भोग मोक्ष सुखकारिणी मां भोग मोक्ष सुखकारिणी मां अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजय मां अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजय मां परमे पार्वती सुंदरी भगवती परमे पार्वती सुंदरी भगवती दुर्गे भामती त्वं मे मां दुर्गे भामती त्वं मे मां प्रसीद मातर् नागेन्द्र नन्दिनी प्रसीद मातर् नागेन्द्र नन्दिनी चिरसुखदायिनी जयते मां चिरसुखदायिनी जयते मां अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजय मां अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजय मां अनंत रूपिणी अनंत गुणवती अनंत नामी गिरिजय मां भयहर मंगल दशरथ राम जय जय मंगल सीताराम भयहर मंगल दशरथ राम जय जय मंगल सीताराम मंगल कर जय मंगल राम मंगल कर जय मंगल राम संकट शुभ विभवोदय राम संकट शुभ विभवोदय राम आनन्दामृतवर्षक राम आनन्दामृतवर्षक राम आश्रितवत्सल जय जय राम आश्रितवत्सल जय जय राम रघुपति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम 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 पति राघव राजा राम पतित पावन सीताराम। Bring the Tavakatamritam. Tavakatamritam Sapta Jivanam Kavi Piriditam Kalmasapaham Tavakatamritam Sapta Jivanam Kavi Viriditam Kalmasapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadasatam Shravanamangalam Srimadasatam Bhuvi grananti ye Bhuridha jana Bhuvi grananti ye Bhuridha jana Tava katamritam Sapta jivanam Kavi viriditam Kalmasapaham Shravanamangalam Srimadasatam Shravanamangalam Srimadasatam Bhuvi grananti ye Bhuridha jana. Rama Krishna Sharanam Rama Krishna Sharanam Rama Krishna Sharanam Sharanye Rama Krishna Sharanam Rama Krishna Sharanam Rama Krishna Sharanam Sharanye Kripani Kevalam Kripani Kevalam Kripani Kevalam Sharanye Kripani Kevalam Kripani Kevalam Kripani Kevalam Sharanye Rama Krishna Sharanam Rama Krishna Sharanam Rama Krishna Sharanam Sharanye Rama Krishna Sharanam Rama Krishna Sharanam Rama Krishna Sharanam Sharanye Sharanagatoham 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 Sharanye Rama Krishna Sharanam Rama Krishna Sharanam Rama Krishna Sharanam Sharanye Jai Jai Rama Krishna Sharanam Rama Krishna Sharanam Rama Krishna Sharanam Sharanye Namo Sri Gurave Namo Shri Gurave, Namo Shri Gurave, Namo Namah. Namo Shri Gurave, Namo Shri Gurave, Namo Shri Gurave, Namo Namah. Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Sharanye. Jai Jai Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Sharanye. Jai Jai Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Ramakrishna Sharanam, Sharanye. Oh, taking refuge in the holy feet of Sri Sarada Devi, Universal Mother, and Sri Ramakrishna, the teacher of the world, my humble salutation to them forever and ever. Kalyananam api kalanidhi kapi karunya seema, Nityamoda nikamavachasam mauli mandhara mala, Sampad divya madhu vijayanaga sannidattam sadame, Shaisha Devi Shakala Bhuvana Prarthana Kamadenuhu. My Divine Mother, the infinite source of all auspicious things, the ultimate abode of compassion, one who is glorified in Vedas and Vedanta, the divine consort of Sri Ramakrishna, and unique benefactor of all the worlds, always manifest before me. My humble salutations to you all. So usually I start with a story. So today the story is about a crow and a sage. Do you know that? So once upon a time, it is the most like a kiddish story. So pardon me if it is boring to the elders. So once upon a time, there lived a crow on a tree. Under the same tree, found a sage who was meditating and studying various scriptures, and he was doing his austerities, which is the characteristic of a sadhu or a sage. So he was practicing this austerity devoutly. So one day, the sage heard a crying noise. Somebody is crying. So he looked around, and he was wondering where this crying noise is coming from. Then he found it was the crow on the tree, crying loudly. So thus asked the sage, "Hey crow, why are you crying? Why you look distressed?" Then the crow said to the sage, "I don't want to live anymore. I want to die. Please kill me." But sage said, "That's okay, but tell me your concerns. Why you want to die? Then we shall decide whether you should live or die." The crow said, "See, nobody likes me. I'm black in color, and actually I am look ugly amongst all the birds. So people chase me out. Nobody adores me. Nobody likes me. So I don't want to live." So you look at other birds; they look so beautiful, colorful, and they have a sweet voice. So I don't have any of these qualities. So I don't want to live. So I want to die. And they requested the sage to kill. The sage started advising the crow, and he also he said a beautiful Sanskrit Gita sloka, Santushta Satatam Yogi, Yatatma Drada Nischayah, Mayarpita Mano Buddhi, Yomad Bhakta Same Priya. That the meaning of this is always have self contentment, and always have devotion to God, and then obviously you won't you will become a best devotee of the God. So all these advice the sage started giving to the crow, but the crow was not convinced. So the crow's distress and demotivation was clouding the crow's wisdom. So the crow said, further insisted, "Let please kill me as Swami. I don't want to live anymore." The sage was thinking, okay, how to help this crow? So he said, "Why should you die for this? I have some magical power. I can convert you to the bird you like to be. So you need not to die for this." Then the crow was happy. "Oh, you can convert me to the bird I want to become." He said, "Yes." Then our sage asked, "So what do you want to become?" Then the crow said, "I want to become a swan, because swan looks, you know, uh, beautiful, and it is a symbol of wisdom, and it is white in color. So I want to become a swan." Then sage said, "Okay, I will turn you to a swan, but I have a condition." The sage continued, "Before I turn you to a swan, you go and meet a swan and ask, are you, just ask the swan, are you happy being a swan? You clarify that and be sure that the swan is happy. Then I will convert you to a swan." So immediately our friend crow was flying towards some direction, and found this beautiful swan in a lake. Then he approached the swan and he said, "Oh, you look so beautiful. You look so white in color. Can I want to become like you. So please tell me, are you happy being a swan?" Then swan said, "You see, I have only one color, white color, but actually I want to have many colors. So actually I want to become a parrot. The parrot has many colors. So people just, I have only just one color. If I become a parrot, I would be more happy." Then crow found that the swan is not happy with what it has. So our crow decided, "Let me go and go and meet the parrot, and asked whether the parrot is happy being parrot. So it flew towards the parrot, and he met a very colorful parrot. And he asked the parrot, which had many colors. Parrot has many colors on its body. And it asked, "Are you happy being a parrot?" Then parrot said, "No, no, I am not happy at all. You see, because since I have pretty colors on my body, and I live in fear." Then crow said, "Why you live in fear?" "Because the princess of this kingdom always hunt for these pretty birds, and she puts in a cage and keep it in the courtyard. So anytime the princess guards might catch me and arrest me and put me in the cage. So I don't want to be this parrot." And it said to the crow, "You see, more than me, the peacock looks more beautiful. Why don't you become a peacock?" So you go and ask peacock whether peacock is happy or not. So it flew and it started flying towards the peacock. Then in the palace backyard, it found a peacock dancing there. Then it approached and asked the same question: "Are you happy being a peacock?" Then peacock replied, "You see, I agree that I am the most beautiful bird on this earth. But you see, these people, our people, the human beings, they pluck my feathers, and it causes me a lot of pain. And I am always hunted for my feathers, and I don't want to be a peacock." So, and rather, peacock replied, "I want to be a crow, because the crow has full freedom to fly wherever it wants, and there is no threat as when compared to these birds. There is no threat. So rather, I want to be like you, so that I can be free. Otherwise, someone I have then peacock started saying, I've seen beautiful birds are caged in the princess courtyard and made absolutely freedomless. So I feel you are in a better status." Then crow realized, "Oh my goodness, I thought that I am the only one depressed and have problems. But when I inquire, each one have their own threats, and in fact, I am in a better position." So it went back to the sage and narrated these incidents and asked for an apology of disturbing the sage, and it and said that I would better remain as crow and not to be like other birds. And then, in fact, he realized how there are various advantages of being a crow. Though it is black and not having a good voice, but it is absolutely not disturbed by human beings, which is the most important thing. Having a freedom to live as how it wants. So the moral of the story is being self-contented with whatever we have, and with that contentment, we need to progress towards God realization. So that is the small story. Did you understand? Hmm? So we recently celebrated Swami Turiyanandaji's birthday. That was the last class on, I think, third. What is the date? I think the last class what we had that day was Sri Ramakrishna Turiyanandaji's birthday. So let us briefly discuss some of the major incidents in Swami's life, and then we shall go towards our text. So Turiyananda ji was born in a Brahmin family. He was one of the 16 monastic disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. So he was born in a Brahmin family, and his name was Harinath. And he was, from the younger age, he was full of renunciation and dedicated studiously for study of scriptures. His favorite book was Gita, Bhagavad Gita. He was all the time studying Bhagavad Gita, Upanishads, and he dedicated his study in understanding the Shankaracharya's granthas like Viveka Chudamani, Upadesha Sahasrari, and all the works, major works of Shankaracharya.
Which place? Which place?
He was born in Bengal. All 16 disciples were not all, some few, except few. Most of them were born in and around Kolkata. So he used to cook his own food, and he used to have abhishana. Abhishana means no spices, all boiled, steamed food. Steamed food, very healthy steamed food. And so he used to live like that. And after meeting Sri Ramakrishna also, he won't listen to Sri Ramakrishna's preachings or teachings or his discourses, but rather he will go alone, aloof, and start reading the Vedantic scriptures. In Bengal, especially in Bengal, the word Vedanta always refers to Shankaracharya's works, always refers to. Of course, Vedanta is a general term, and it includes all the other acharyas also. But in Bengal, when they say Vedanta, it refers only to Shankara. So he was always studying in aloof. So one day Ramakrishna observed this, and he went to him and said, "I hear that nowadays you all the time reading Vedanta. That is very good," Sri Ramakrishna said. Then after all, what does this Vedanta say? He asked Turiyananda. Then he was silent. Then Ramakrishna said, "What does the Vedanta say? The Brahman alone is real. This world is an illusion or unreal. This is what Vedanta says, right?" Then we call him as Hari Maharaj. He becomes speechless to hear such a comment from Sri Ramakrishna. Then Sri Ramakrishna narrated the essence of that Shankaracharya's philosophy in this two sentences. So Brahma Satya Jagat Nitya, that is the Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha, that is the main teaching of Shankaracharya. That is, world is illusion, Brahman is real, and Jivatma is nothing but same as Brahma. Same as Brahman. That is very important statement Shankaracharya makes. Sri Ramakrishna, I'm not going to go more about his life. Few important things then, and important incidents, and then we can go to our text. Sri Ramakrishna used to say that Turiyananda was a Sthita Prajna. So what a great certification, accreditation given by Ramakrishna himself.
He was a what?
Sthita Prajna. Sthita Prajna means a person of steady wisdom. Steady wisdom. Sthita means steady, steadiness. Prajna means wisdom. So a person of steady wisdom. Now, Sthita Prajna, the description of Sthita Prajna is appearing in our second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, from the sloka or verses from verse 55 to 72. That is almost 17 verses dedicated to the characteristics of the Sthita Prajna, that is a person of steady wisdom. So one day, while he was in Varanasi, he did lots of austerities. Varanasi is a holy city in India. So he took a vow of not to seek shelter for a few days. So in the morning, he left the monastery. We have a monastery there, and he goes to a secluded place in holy city, and he used to sit under a tree and meditate the whole day. So when the dusk, he has to return to monastery. But when dusk approached him, then he thought, why should I go to monastery? For monks, earth is the ground and sky is the roof. I am already given shelter by nature. Why should I take shelter in the monastery? So he continued to stay under the tree. And suddenly, somebody nudged him in the middle of the night. And he heard some voice, move away quickly. So immediately he moved from that place. And he got up and moved. Then he found a big branch, came down with a crash on the very spot on which he was sleeping. So he felt that the God is guiding him in all his, especially Sri Ramakrishna, was protecting him. Otherwise, he might have died. So this incident happened after the Mahasamadhi of Sri Ramakrishna, when he was an itinerant monk. Then another incident happens while he was in Vrindavan. He was in another city, holy city, Vrindavan. So he was doing his penance and austerities there. And he was going for alms. And there, one Marwari gentleman. Marwari means a merchant, a person from merchant clan. So they are called Marwaris in India. So he was distributing some food to all monks. He was giving monks alms. But he was asking a very weird question. He asked, he asked to each monk, what do you mean by renunciation? You tell me, and then he will give some roti or something, whatever he had. Roti means bread. So, but some monks were able to answer, some couldn't answer, some gave a very brief explanation. Then the Turiyanandaji also stood to receive monk alms from this man. The same question was asked to Turiyananda. Then Turiyananda replied, if I know what renunciation was, would I have come to you for the sake of these two breads? I don't know that what I mean. I don't know what is renunciation. So that is why I came. If I knew that, then I would not have come even for this. So I don't know. So you please, we are all searching. He was a very genuine monk. He did not want to show that he was a big person and fakely or something artificially to exaggerate. So he was very humble sadhu or a monk or a sage. Once in Kolkata, he was walking with other sadhus. Another incident. And one sadhu, it was in a city like our downtown. One sadhu, there was a beautiful building. So the sadhu who was accompanying Hari Maharaj, Turiyananda, just commented, what a beautiful building, great looking, great building here. Like our art gallery or some big buildings in our down in our hotel. Then Hari Maharaj immediately turned to this sadhu and asked him or told him, See, the house may look beautiful. What is that for you? Why you are, in fact, what he is trying to say is this sadhu who is admiring this beautiful building, there is a latent desire in his mind. The sadhu should be desireless. No need to judge whether it is beautiful or ugly, because we should be, the sadhu should take the middle path. I mean, he just want to show how he was adhering to the monk or monastic ideals. So the sadhu should not have the latent desire. Then he said it would be better for the sadhu to live in that house if he has a desire. Then after that, when he becomes desireless, he can continue his journey as a sadhu or a monk. So it's just to show how he was adhering to the ideal of monkhood. Because is how Swamiji introduced Suryananda to our American people, to our people. So an opportunity came for Suryananda to travel to America. He hesitated because he doesn't want to meet people. He always wants to lead a very seclusive and cloistered life, reading scriptures, meditation, contemplation, doing japa, chanting of incantation, and always lead a very austere life. But our Swami Vivekananda wants balance all the time. So he wants Adha Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Jnana Yoga to be balanced. But he found that Hari Maharaj, that is Suryananda, was not balancing. So he wanted to help Suryananda. So he said, Hari, why don't you come to America? He said, no way. I don't want to come there and give lectures like you. That is not my cup of tea. Sri Ramakrishna did not say all these things to me. He might have told to you, but not to me. But Swami Vivekananda took lots of effort to convince Suryananda to take him to America. Then, how Swamiji introduced him to American, our people. He said, you have seen a warrior monk in me. That is, he is introducing him to himself to, you saw a warrior monk, that is Swami Vivekananda. Now you will see a Brahmin sannyasin, a Brahmin monk. Sannyasin means monk. The Brahmin monk, and after seeing him, you will understand the ideal of monasticism of India. That is Swami Turiyan. Then he instructed Hari Maharaj, you don't have to give any lecture in America. You don't need to open your mouth. Just show to these people how a life of an ideal monk is. You demonstrate to them. That is enough for. I have preached enough. Now you show some action in what exactly the monkhood is in India. So Turyanandaji lived in Shanti Ashrama in California for a long time, and showed to Americans how an ideal monk life is. And many students got inspired under his guidance and teachings. That all happened in Shanti Ashram. One day in America, Swamiji and Hari Turyananda were living together in some cottage, in a retreat. Something.
Where?
In a retreat. Some retreat happened.
You don't know where? Was it San Francisco?
Maybe in San Francisco.
Okay.
Maybe in San Francisco at that time. Or maybe in New York. Maybe in New York. Because Swamiji did not meet Turyanandaji in San Francisco, but in New York. I think maybe in Thousand Island Park or somewhere at that venue. So Turiyanandaji accidentally kept his wallet full of money on a table and went to take bath or something. So while he was going, Swamiji observed that he kept his wallet. And he said, hey Hari Maharaj, what is this? You have left cash on the table. Then Hari Maharaj replied, who will take away this wallet from here? Let it remain there. Then Swamiji became serious and said, you see, you have no right to tempt others. You are tempting others to steal by keeping this hard cash open. Don't do that. We are monks should not give an opportunity for others to commit any sin or any kind of misbehavior. Then Hari Maharaj took away the wallet and kept it in a safe place. Now another incident happened. One of the famous incidents in Hari Maharaj's life is that he had an unusual control over his body. He was a yogi. So once he developed a carbuncle on his back. So the doctor said that he needs a surgery to remove it, and wanted to administer the anesthesia before surgery. In those days, now things are different. In those days, it was difficult. It would be very painful. So, but Hari Maharaj said to the doctor, don't use the knife before telling me. You just tell me before you put the knife on that spot. Then our Turiyanandaji, with his yogic power, withdraw the mind from that wound. And without giving anesthesia, the doctor performed the surgery. And doctor knew that it is going to be a terrible pain for the patient. But he did not show even a slightest pain which he was experiencing. He did not show. He was sitting like a child. And he did not know that the surgery is happening on his body. So he lived like this, and at last...
Swami, isn't there another part of that story where he later was under surgery and the doctor forgot to warn him? And he screamed in pain.
Yeah, that again, later it happened, he touched, then...
but it just shows how much of a yogi he was.
Yeah, then he screamed.
Has to focus.
And then doctor asked him, why you are screaming now? I did the surgery and you were very quiet, and now you are screaming. Then he said, yes, that time you warned me, so I withdraw my mind from there. But now you did not tell me. So my mind is everywhere. So I was now able to feel the pain. So that was the reply given by Swami. Then he returned to India because his health was was deteriorating. He was not feeling well because he was so austere. In Shanti Ashrama, I don't know, now there is no facility at all. I don't know how many people have visited. Thomas, have you?
Oh yeah, it's amazing, and it's so close to him. It's not even a day's drive from him, and you can go there, and it's just like even the old directional sign. It just is still there, same place. It's just amazing, and he lived there, and it's very hard to get to. Amazing, it's so close to like San Jose, but it's extremely difficult to get there even today.
So
I mean, close, But to get there, over the hill and down the road and over the gate.
So his life, his health could not permit him to stay further in America. So he left for India. And while he was somewhere close to somewhere in near some Asia, he got Burma, I think. He got the news that Swamiji left his mortal body. Then he was broken heart, and then he spent most of his days in Varanasi. So we have a home of service there. So he stayed there, and he left his body on 21st July 1922. So his death was wonderful, as his life was exemplary. The day before his passing away, the Swami all of a sudden informed to his people and to his other monks that tomorrow is the last day. He declared it very boldly. Tomorrow is my last day, and my day comes to an end. So he always wants to sit erect. He will never keep his elbow bit loose. So even at during his deathbed, he requested his assistant monks to raise him to sit erect. But the doctors told him not to do. He must be lying on the bed. But he insisted no. He told his assistants to make him to sit erect like a yogi, the perfect meditating position. And he suddenly spoke as if realizing the Brahman in everything. Ramakrishna says that seeing Brahman in all things is the highest realization. That is, Brahman is the Antaryami of this entire universe. And he says, this creation is real. Srishti is Satyam. And then he said, this Jagat is also Satyam. World is also true. And all is true. Sarvam Satyam. And then Prana is established in Satyam. Prana here is Jivatma. This sentence comes in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Prana is also Satyam. Prana means breath, but here in Prana refers to individual soul. Is established in truth. That is Satyam. And then he recited the Vedic mantra Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma and Prajnanam Anandam Brahma. With that, he breathed last. So there we have a great Swami who lived in America. In San Francisco, he was the head of San Francisco Center. And after that, it was taken over by Turiyananda. So first, San Francisco was the first head was Swami Vivekananda, then Turiyananda, and then Trigunatita. So the history of San Francisco Center is going that way. So let us go to our text. So already 30 minutes is over. So previous class, we understood the means, Ramakrishna said in previous class, the means to fix our mind on God, that is Sravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana. Sravana means hearing, Manana means thinking or cogitation. Then Nididhyasana means meditation with bhakti or love. That is very important. Priti Purvaka Dhyana. When you do meditation, it should be with some love towards our personal God, towards our idea. It should not be a dry meditation. Then also we heard how to manage worldliness in our day-to-day life, especially during our spiritual progress. How to manage this worldliness. So Ramakrishna explained in detail by giving various examples that we saw in the last class. Then we started to talk on discrimination. Sri Ramakrishna introduced that discrimination is a very important first step in the spiritual exercise. So I'm just reading the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. We are in the page 82 in the Gospel, somewhere in the middle paragraph. Sri Ramakrishna says, together with this, you must practice discrimination. Lust and gold is impermanent. In the book, the woman is used instead of lust. So I have changed it to lust, because let us not put woman here because America. So let us rename that as lust. Lust and gold is impermanent. God is the only eternal substance. What does a man get with money? Food, clothes, and a dwelling place. That is what we get out of money. Nothing more. You cannot realize God with its help. Therefore, money can never be the goal of life. This is the process of discrimination. So how to discriminate? How to do the process of discrimination? Sri Ramakrishna is explaining to Mahendranath Gupta, and he says, do you understand? To Mahendranath Gupta. Now we are all Mahendranath Gupta here, each one of us. And we must understand that Sri Ramakrishna is teaching to us. He's not teaching, he's talking to us. Little teaching is more formal, talking or chatting is informal. You can say it that way. Now Sri Ramakrishna clearly states that anything material cannot be our goal. Simple. The purpose of human life is not to enjoy material resources. Material resources are there to assist us to enjoy the spiritual abundance. So, for example, we think we are this body, mind, prana, intellect, and proud of our possessions like my assets, my qualifications, my designations, and my kins and friends, etc. All these cannot fetch us the spiritual identity with Brahman or Ishvara. So one has to discriminate and qualify oneself for the grace, because this is very important. We need to qualify ourselves for the grace, because Upanishad says so. Mundaka Upanishad says that yam eva esha vrinate tena labhyah tas yaisha atma vivrinate tanuswam. So what does it say? Whomever he selects, that person alone will reach God, will reach Brahman. So the Brahman has to select us. So we need to have these qualifications. To get a job, we need to have this qualification. Otherwise, will the employer give us a job? No. When we apply for a job, there is a criteria. We need to have such and such qualification. We need to have work experience. Then we need to prove this we have to go to the interview. Then we have to answer his questions. Then we show ourselves efficient. Then he offers a job. Same methodology here also. So the discrimination is one of the criteria which is prescribed in the job offer of mukti or moksha. So we need to qualify for that. So Sri Ramakrishna is helping. He is a career counselor to get that job. He's giving the counseling to us. So because then he further says, how to understand this discrimination in our daily life. Again, Mundaka Upanishad gives that answer. Pariksha lokan, karma chitan, brahmano, nirvedamayat, na asti kritah kritena. Very simple. Having examined this world, the world and the works done for a desire, then seeker of Brahman develops this passion and knowledge. The works done with desire is not going to fetch us immortality. Mundaka Upanishad again says that. So we need to have, we need to do the work, but without desires. That will fetch us mukti. That will fetch us towards getting this job, getting the qualification of discrimination, and then obviously we will get the job. So one has to come to this firmness that material enjoyment are transient in our life, and henceforth one must choose the spiritual path that is called discrimination. So one guy like us did all kinds of charity and wanted to, he did gave alms, but all he did for name, fame, but he did good works, but nothing higher than that. He stopped with that thought because he wants to attain heaven. So he went to the heaven after death. There he saw all the beautiful damsels dancing, and he enjoyed nice food fragrance in the heaven. And like as in the cinemas, they show what heaven is. So he was really enjoying all the nice food fragrance and the beautiful damsels dancing, and he looked very young, very healthy, no disease. And he was wandering in the heaven garden. Then our damsels were forcefully pushing the people from the heaven towards earth. So they were forced. They didn't want to fall, but these damsels, the beautiful damsels, were pushing them from the. They were all falling from the heaven, like somebody pushing from an aeroplane, something like that, forcefully. So this fellow was watching. Our guy was watching. Then he said, I have done all good works in my life. I never made even one mistake in my life. Now I'm in heaven enjoying all the fruits. They won't do all these things to me. But still he went and inquired this to these damsels. Hey, you beauties, you look so pretty. But why are you pushing these people forcefully? They don't like to fall. But why are you pushing them? Then the damsel said, their time in heaven is over. It's elapsed. So they have to go back to the earth. And this fellow got bit doubt. Then he said, will I also be pushed like this one day? Then the damsel said, yes, definitely, but not today, after 2 days. Your time is over after 2 days, then you will also be pushed. So what it means here is doing the good works with expectations for name and fame, for heaven, that shows that sow the seed of rebirth. So if we want not to have rebirth, then we should not have desire for the results. That result has to be offered to the Brahman. Because nothing belongs to us. That is why we say Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavi. all kinds of, we remember all the time that whatever we work is or we goes to Brahman like that. Then M asks, yes sir, I recently read a Sanskrit play called Prabodha Chandrodaya. It deals with the discrimination. This Prabodha Chandrodaya is a very beautiful allegorical drama which describes the Shankaracharya's Vedanta beautifully. Prabodha Chandrodaya means the rise of the moon of knowledge. Rise of the moon of knowledge is a Sanskrit drama written by Krishna Mishra. The plot of the Prabodha Chandrodaya, the meaning, as I said, is the rising moon of the spiritual knowledge. So this is an allegorical drama, describes about the epistemology or ontology of a philosophy, that is especially Shankaracharya's philosophy. So let us have a brief understanding of what this is, because these words are all appearing in our gospel. So we need to know why this was discussed, why we are taking these scriptures names on that context. The main character in this drama is Purusha. Purusha means Brahman. I'm not going to go deep into it. I'm just going to give a preface. So the Purusha is Brahman. Purusha means also related to a sentient being. Sentient consciousness. According to Shankaracharya philosophy, there is only one consciousness. That's all. That is Brahman. And that Brahman is a Nirvishesha Brahman. That is attributeless, characterless Brahman. These are all very important. As a Vedantic students, we need to understand that. So this Brahman is married to a lady called Maya or illusion. Okay. This Brahman is marrying a lady called, her name is illusion. Illusion means Bhranti. What is illusion? Which doesn't exist, but we assume as existence. Like a fake snake on the rope. Rope alone is there. Imagine the rope is married to the fake snake. That's all. Rope is married to the fake snake, like that. Snake doesn't exist at all. Only we assume it is existing. Now, Purusha married to the Maya or illusion gave birth to a son called mind. Mind. You know what is mind? Now, mind, usually the mind is recognized as the son of Maya, but the mind is not proud of being a son of Purusha. But we should always call the mind, any person, any son as a son of these two, husband and wife. That is how we introduce. But the mind is more prideful, calling as son of the wife, the lady, but not the son of the man. So the mind is the son of the couple. Now this mind marries two ladies.
Swami, why is the mind predisposed to the
Maya?
To Maya. I was trying to get it together. Maya as opposed to Purusha. Why? Why did you choose that? Why not?
That is how their explanation is. In their philosophy, that is how they explain.
It just happened. It just
in that philosophy, because the son is more close to the mother than the father.
Oh, maybe not. It's easier, it's nicer, and you don't have to be so austere. Okay.
Usually, when the son is more closer to mother than the father, so that is how they are trying to show.
I see.
Then the son marries two ladies. One lady name is Pravirti, the other name is Nivirti. What is Pravirti? Activity. Nivirti means renunciation. So the mind has got two wives. One is activity, the other is renunciation. Now, mind married to activity, the lady activity, gave birth to, yes, another son. That son name is Moha, means desire. Now with the other lady, renunciation, married to same mind, gave birth to a son, another son named Viveka, discrimination. Now the son is the mind. The grandsons are two for Purusha. That is desire and Viveka, discrimination. Now the mind is, the son is troubling his father and the mother is supporting. Who is the mother? Illusion. So the father is made, the son is making his father's life miserable, and son is, the wife, the mother is supporting them. Illusion. Now, who is going to help? Not only that, not only the son, the grandson also joins. There's desire, but he has another grandson, Viveka. Now, Viveka has to come to rescue his grandfather, who is the Purusha. And that rescue is the mukti, the process of mukti or liberation. Now, how this is achieved? The Viveka out of Vishnu Bhakti. Viveka is discrimination. The process of discrimination is done with bhakti and helps his grandfather Purusha Brahman to come out of this clutches of that wife, illusion, son, mind, and the grandson, desire. And there is a fight between the desire and two siblings, the grandsons. The grandsons are siblings. They fight against each other and try to make the mind weak. So this is allegorically demonstrated as a drama. That is what Prabhu the Chandrodayam. This is in the what we call. This is the Advaita, Shankaracharya's Advaita Vedanta's interpretation. In the same way, in Ramanujacharya's, that is in the distinguished non-dualities, that is Vishishta Advaita, we call it as distinguished non-duality. They also made a similar scripture. The name of that is Sankalpa Suryodaya. This is Prabuddha Chandrodayam, that is Sankalpa Suryodaya. Sankalpa Suryodaya means Suryodaya means rising moon. Rising sun. Rising sun of the spiritual knowledge. Here, rising moon of the spiritual knowledge, that is rising sun of the spiritual knowledge. Now, which is going to give more luminosity, sun or the moon? We know that answer. So it is just a comparison of another variety there.
The allegory is so great because it's not about it. It is just an allegory that all people, men and women, everybody, and some fundamentalists will take it and get very narrow focused on the human element of it. But this is just it's just an allegory of human psychology.
Yeah, so this is actually played in dramas.
Yeah, so I
In
understand.
it was they in those days it was played in many villages to propagate the philosophical exposition or the particular school, to make people understand what the preacher is trying to say, especially Shankaracharya and there Ramanujacharya. Now Sri Ramakrishna continues. Are we? How is the time? Okay. So yes, discrimination about Ramakrishna says yes, discrimination about objects. Consider what is there in money or in a beautiful body. Discriminate, and you will find that even the body of a beautiful woman consists of bones, flesh, fat, and other disagreeable things. Why should a man give up body? Why should a man give up God and direct his attention to such things? Why should a man forget God for their sake? Ramakrishna completes the definition of discrimination. So he says, what is there in this body? The human body, our body. It is nothing but a dwelling house of our soul. What is this body? Body is nothing but a dwelling house of our soul. Then who constructed? Actually, this body is nothing but like a thatched house. And who constructed this thatched house for this soul? Can we say we? No. If we have given the right to construct, will I construct the body like this? I would have constructed in a much fashion way. Maybe with further two hands and maybe 5-6 eyes. But imagine if we want to construct a house, we do everything. We construct our house the way we want. I want to construct my house. I construct it the way I want. And I appoint my own builder and tell him what I need. But to construct this house, this body, I don't have any choice. Then who gave this? Who did this construction? Lord Himself did that. And what is the plan? We need a plan. We need to draw a plan before we construct a house. What is our plan for this body, for this house to be constructed? Our karma only, our karmas, our previous karmas. The Lord uses our previous karma to construct this body as a house for this soul. And unfortunately, Lord also dwells in the same soul along with us, along with the soul. And you see how we forget that and do so many other things. And to construct a thatched house, we need to have we need to have pillars, and we need windows, we need roofs, and we need front and back door, and we need cement and paint to construct a simple thatched house. The same thing, same way, Lord also uses those concepts to construct this body too. So what is the pillars? Our bones. And windows, eyes, and roof, our head, with thatched roof with our hairs. And then front door, our mouth. Then we know what the back door is too. Then what is this cement and paint? Skin, nothing else. Then this entire body is filled with blood, flesh, filth, which is beautifully covered by our skin. Like we see a beautiful paint, Then once we enter the house, we know how much filth is there, how people have kept their house unsafe. But from outside, it looks pretty. Like in India, it is reverse. Outside, it will be full of dirt, but the house is kept very clean inside. Then we like to kiss. We like to kiss when the skin is hale on that body, healthy. And we don't like to kiss when the skin is hell or torn off on the body. When the skin is beautiful, we like to kiss them. If there is a wound, if the skin is hanging and there's oozing blood or pus, will you like to kiss that place? We won't like to kiss. So Sri Ramakrishna tells all this, and this thatched roof is always threat of fire. The thatched house is always threat of fire, and we are also one day going to be given to the fire. So the whole description of the body is that much only. So Ramakrishna says, why you give so much importance to this? With this we complete. Mangalam Deshikendraya, Evinam Chakravartine, Parashakti Swarupini, Jai Matre Mangalam. May we all be happy. May we all be blissful. May we all see what is auspicious. May no one suffer. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.
Ready? Wait.
Gaho re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Gaho re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Adiye Shubhadina Miliye Bhakata Jan. Adiye Shubhadina Miliye Bhakta Jan. Gaho Gaho Rama Krishna Nam. Gaho re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Ram. Gaho re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Rama Krishna Name Rama Krishna Preme. Rama Krishna Name Rama Krishna Preme. Madiya Vota Gadardhan. Gaho re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Gaho re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Harite Bhupar Prema Avatar. Harite Bhupar Prema Avatar. Prabhu Rama Krishna Gunadan. Gaho re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Gaho re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Jai Rama Jai Krishna Vishwa Guru Rama Krishna. Jai Rama Jai Krishna Vishwa Guru Rama Krishna. Ekadare Shama Shiva Sham. Gaho re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Gaho re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. Gaho re Jaya Jaya Rama Krishna Nam. What happened?
I'm coming.
It might have gone off. I think.
It didn't go up. Okay. I almost burnt my finger. That's it.
Okay.
Great job.
என்னம்மா? Thomas, this is the one. How much is the book?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, 26.
You can borrow it when you want to. When you come to retreat, we'll take it out and we'll use it.
What is this for? You want to build a plant native?
No, so when you look at